Published 1:42 Eastern Standard Time, the 26th of January 2018. Updated 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, the 26th of January 2018. England's Australia Day hoodoo struck again as their hopes of inflicting a series whitewash over their Ashes tormentors were doused by a calamitous start. Never have they opened a one-day international in such disarray, although there were mitigating circumstances to their slump. 8 for 5 after a lunchtime shower juiced up the pitch. Only Australia's second one-day international win in 12 months ought to have been a breeze after their new ball pair of Josh Hazlewood and Pat Cummins took advantage of the lavish swing and seam on offer in sultry conditions and Steve Smith's winning of a crucial toss. Travis Head raises his bat to the pavilion after reaching his half-century in the fourth. ODI. Head smacked 96 from 107 balls before he was caught 4 short of a century. Marcus Stoinis raced to 14 from 11 deliveries before offering an easy catch to Jason Roy. Mitchell Marsh had 32 to his name before smashing a caught-in bowl to Adil Rashid that it was sealed with only 3 wickets left standing. Came down to the spirit and indeed depth of this England team under Owen Morgan, and in particular to the talents of Chris Woakes, who became the first player in ODI history to hit back-to-back 50s from number 8. 4 of those above him perished without scoring as a top order that blazed a trail on more bountiful surfaces earlier in the series failed to adjust to the different tuning this one required. As is their wont, several paired to attacking strokes when test tempo might have been applied. However, it said something of Jos Buttler's current touch that he feathered a beauty from Hazlewood, while the delivery from Cummins that seemed back to castle Alex Hales bit so viciously that it left teeth marks in the pitch. I thought they bowled really well and the ball moved around. That rarely happens in a one-day international for so long, said Morgan. It was about finding a balance to take the game to them but also get through a tough period. It was tricky. At that point it appeared things were going to be even more humiliating than at the same venue in 2007 when England were bundled out for 110, lost before the floodlights had taken hold, and then snubbed a request from South Australian officials to take part in a 20-over beer match to placate the local crowd. Joe Root is congratulated by teammates after taking a stunning catch to dismiss Steve Smith. England bowler Tom Curran celebrates after getting Cameron White LBW for just 3. David Warner walks from the crease after being caught behind off Chris Woakes, and 1999 and 2014 disastrous ends dictated England defeats here. This time they began by scraping together the second lowest tally for the loss of half a side in the history of one-day internationals between test nations, only bettering the half-dozen Sri Lanka made before recovering to beat Bangladesh 9 years ago. However, a team renowned for setting records avoided ones of the unwanted variety, juddering past the all-time ODI low total of 35 during the first of 3 half-century partnerships, and then, thanks to the flowing bat of Woakes, beyond England's lowest of 86 versus Australia 17 years ago. Last summer, when a similar smattering of pre-match rain altered the balance between bat and ball, England slumped to 20 for 6 versus South Africa at Lord's. This time with Woakes in such rich form, England's 700th one-day international went much deeper, timing the ball better than anyone, including local boy Travis Head, who hit 96 on his recall due to Aaron Finch's hamstring injury. Woakes took advantage of the resting Mitchell Starc's absence to counter-attack Australia's mid-innings bowling. Luck also appeared to be on his side when he swung his 5th 6 to mid-wicket off Adam Zampa, Andrew Timus judging a potential catch by running in from the boundary. However, he cashed in his chips for 78 next over when he holed out off tie. Chris Woakes launches one of 5 sixes into the crowd during his enterprising 78 from 82. Woakes' big hitting helped England reach 196 all out after they were put into bat. Moeen Ali helped steady the ship for England but was caught by Travis Head on 33. England captain Owen Morgan made 33 before he was caught behind by Tim Paine, and when number 10 Tom Curran chipped to mid-wicket for an enterprising 35, the second top score of the innings, it left Australia requiring 197 to reduce the scoreline to 3-1, but in a sign of the home team's plunging confidence levels since red ball was ditched for white, and indeed the progress England have made since being humiliated on this ground by Bangladesh in the 2015 World Cup, their chase took on an attritional tone. For England to stand any chance of pulling off one of the great limited overs heists, early wickets were a necessity. David Warner and Smith obliged with Nicks to extend their miserable recent form, bookending another failure for Cameron White, whose place for the series finale in Perth is now under threat from Glenn Maxwell. But with Head holding things together with regular boundaries on the first anniversary of his sole international 100 against Pakistan, it looked as though the 24,329 crowd would have plenty of time to mill across the Torrens River to take in our city's evening fireworks display. Yet a nervy finish ensued when Mitchell Marsh and Marcus Stoinis were succored by the leg spinner Rashid, and Head gave things away one boundary shy of another three-figure score by pulling a Mark Wood delivery straight to mid-on. Jos Buttler is dismissed by Josh Hazlewood for a duck as England slipped 2-8 for 5. Joe Root hit Pat Cummins straight into the air and was one of 4 ducks at the top of the order. Root looks at his bat as he trudges back to the pavilion following his 7-ball duck. Josh Hazlewood celebrates after claiming the wicket of opener Johnny Bairstow without scoring. Alex Hales was bowled through the gate by Pat Cummins but managed to get off the mark. 17 runs required at that stage had been reduced by 5 when Pat Cummins was run out in a mix-up with Tim Paine. But the Australian wicket-keeper swatted a couple of boundaries and Andrew Tye struck a winning 3 down the ground in the same word over. "It was nice to get over the line in the end," admitted Smith. "But it was a pretty ordinary batting display really, apart from Head. The rest of us probably need to have a good, hard look at ourselves, start scoring some more runs and help this team win some games." For England, just days after high-five celebrations to mark series victory in Sydney, this was a chance to put their hands up and admit the errors of their initial way. Jason Roy drives Josh Hazlewood but is caught by Australian captain Steve Smith for a duck. Pat Cummins is mobbed by teammates after leading the Australian charge with a ball.